The first feature I will discuss is the changes and improvements to the saving menu structure. Previously, saving the current buffer and all buffers were separate options. These can now be accessed from the Save As option. Select File, Save As. Here you'll see three options: all waveform buffers, current waveform buffer only, and specific waveform buffers. In addition to saving all waveforms and the current waveform, you can also specify the buffers you want to save. So for example, in waveform buffers here, I can select buffers 1 to 5 and 12. Another great addition is saving only the zoomed in region, and this will apply to any of the buffers selected. This will give you greater flexibility over your waveform storage. The next new feature I will talk about is the Movable Trigger Bar. To move the trigger bar from the bottom to the top, select Tools, go into Preferences. Here you'll see a number of tabs. Select Options, and here you will see a tick box, Bottom Toolbar Top. Enable this, and this will move the trigger toolbar from the bottom to the top. The next great feature I would like to talk about are keyboard maps, previously known as keyboard shortcuts. They allow you to use specific keys to control the main functions of PicoScope 6. So select Tools, go into Preferences, select the Keyboard tab, and here you will see some options. There's a User, Default, Advanced and Import. If we go to Advanced, these are the main controls in keyboard shortcuts of PicoScope 6. If you want to adjust them and use specific keys to control a specific function of PicoScope 6, you can. For example, if I go to Zoom, it's currently set at Control Q. I can change that to be Z. When I assign it, it now becomes a user-defined setting. I can then export that and call it Demo Keyboard. I can save that to a specific location. For example, on my desktop. If I want to import that back into, I can go to Import, and here you can see Demo Keyboard PS Key. I open that, and I have imported my specific custom keyboard shortcuts. The next feature I would like to discuss are the fantastic new improvements to the signal generator functionality. For those of you who are current PicoScope 6 users, you will be aware that the vast majority of our products have a signal generator incorporated as part of their functionality. The signal generator can be used to output waveforms at a fixed frequency. It can also be used as a more advanced source by using the frequency sweep options. Today we are going to focus on the new signal generator trigger options. These options allow the signal generator trigger to output one or more waveform cycles in response to a trigger condition. To enable the signal generator, click on the signal generator icon. Once you've opened up the signal generator dialog, there are 11 standard signal types you can use as a signal source. There's sine, square, triangle, ramp up, ramp down, Sin x over x, Gaussian, half sine, white noise, PRBS, and finally DC voltage. Now we can use PicoScope 6 as a more advanced signal source by using the frequency sweep options. We are now varying the frequency. In this instance, we are using a sweep type of up. Alternatively, I can sweep down in frequency, or I could have a combination of both, up or down, and on the inverse, I can do down and up. The latest feature to be added to our already fantastic signal generator functionality are the signal generator triggers. These options allow the signal generator to output one or more waveform cycles in response to a trigger condition. This is especially useful when spotting glitches and a requirement to enable the signal generator to output a waveform exists. As you can see on my blue channel, channel A, there is a pulse train, and within that pulse train there is a glitch. I'm going to trigger the signal generator off this glitch, but first I'll need to set up my trigger conditions by using a pulse width trigger. This is one of 8 advanced trigger functions available. As you can see, I've now triggered off my glitch. I can now go in and enable the signal generator trigger. To enable the signal generator trigger, enable the trigger's active dialog. The trigger source is scope or manual external input. In this instance, I've used scope. As you can see now, I have triggered the signal generator off this glitch. I can change the signal type by using a square or triangle or sin x over x. This is all customizable. I can also use the signal generator trigger with using a manual input. Alternatively, I can use the external input of a scope. Thank you very much. The next great feature I would like to talk about is the faster USB streaming sampling. At longer time bases, more than 1 second across the screen, data is drawn on the screen at the same time as it is collected. In this mode, data is streamed continuously across the USB link. We have made some significant improvements to this USB streaming, for which most devices currently on sale has increased the streaming sampling rate from 1 million samples a second to 10 million samples a second. To show this, I'll select Views, go into View Properties, and now you can see we have an increased sampling rate in streaming mode of 10 million samples a second. As well as the improved sampling rate, streaming mode uses the PC memory for waveform storage, so it's not limited by the buffer memory of the oscilloscope hardware. A massive 100 million samples can be collected using PicoScope in streaming mode. This combination of faster sampling and deep memory will be especially popular for those customers who want to use the serial decoding option in the software. For example, owners of the 2000 series can now collect and decode several seconds of serial data. Previously, there was neither the sampling rate or memory depth available to do this.